Well, that's it for the sport. Don't forget, a very busy evening ahead in Rio. We've got the rugby sevens at 7 and Tom Daly dives at 8 in the synchro. Ruta swims in the early hours of the morning. Good luck to them all.
Indeed, and we'll have live updates for you on the 10:30 news this evening as well. And from the beaches of Rio to the banks of the River Mersey, the British Transplant Games have been taking place in cities across the UK since 1978. And last week, they were held in Liverpool. Team Plymouth won an impressive 25 medals and we're joined now by 3 of that team along with their medals, Tracy, John and Janet. Janet, John says you're the boss, so I'm going to talk to you first. This is your 14th Transplant Games.
It is, yes.
Why do you take part in them every year? Tell us a little bit about the team that you're made up of.
Well, we're all kidney transplantees. We represent the Plymouth Derriford Hospital, where we've had our transplant. And every year, wherever throughout Britain, we compete against other units. And it's not just kidney transplantees. You have heart, pancreas, heart-lung, liver transplantees and even bone marrow transplantees.
There are quite a few stories going on at these games.
Lots of stories, yeah.
And it's great to see that you've brought your medals in with you. Well done for that. These are very much the result of lives that have been radically changed, aren't they?
Yes, I mean, it's amazing. The games are from 5-year-olds to 85-year-olds, so they're all in age groups. So anybody out there who's had a transplant in the Southwest can join and partake in the games. And you can have, you don't need to be sporty. I know some of us were sports people beforehand, but they can go out and they can have a go at something and show the benefits of organ donation.
John, you're 10th in bowling.
Yeah.
You won a medal.
Yeah, in archery, actually.
You won a medal in archery.
But yeah.
I'm interested to know why the Transplant Games aren't on mainstream television. It's such a shame. They've been going for so many years.
I know, it's very difficult because it's become a bigger event as the years have gone on. Let's say, in total, I think there were over 2,500 people in Liverpool last weekend. And I think it's like the Invictus Games, and yeah, because of certain patronage that they've had from the royal family.
And to get people more involved in organ donation, it'd be such a great thing to have on television or on social media.
It's not. It's. I think we're all competing, unfortunately, for that same.
They're all good causes, aren't they?
Exactly. They're all good causes, and everybody's fighting for that same media coverage, and it's just not available to everybody. But in the future, you never know.
But Tracy, this does, as we say, very much put the focus on organ donation and presumably gets people thinking about that.
Yeah, I mean, every time one of us are doing something like this, it raises media attention. So last year, I had the honour of representing Team GB at the World Transplant Games, and that gave us lots of coverage in the papers. And I just hope that as a result of what we're doing, people sign up to the organ donor register, because without that, some of us wouldn't unfortunately be here anymore.
Well, you're living proof, really, that you're not just survivors, but you're living life to the full. Thank you so much for coming in, and good luck with the next Games in Scotland next year.
Yes.
You never know, in Plymouth in the future.
We would love it to come to Plymouth.
We'd love it.
Thank you all.
Hope you achieve next year too, with no pressure with that, of course. But we do look forward to seeing how you get on next year. Talking of pressure, though, here is Emily with the weather. Emily.
Thank you, Claire.
All the girls in the studio tonight. John feels outnumbered.
Oh, poor John. Lucky man. Hello, good evening. Yes, we're talking about high pressure mainly with the weather this week. It's looking pretty decent for the week ahead. We've got quite a bit of dry weather to come, some spells of sunshine as well. It's turning warmer as we go through the week too. I had a bit of cloud across the country today. It's just really fair weather cloud. It has produced 1 or 2 showers. There's a line of cloud along northern fronts. That's the weather front that's clearing away, and this high pressure centred over the mid-Atlantic, that's building in. Where that high pressure is centred though means we've got this flow of north or westerly air. That breeze adding a bit of a cooler feel to the weather at the moment, but at least we've got some sunshine to go with it. But by the time we get to Wednesday, there is a weak weather front pushing down from the north. That will introduce some more cloud and I think some patchy rain for the middle of the week as well. That does, though, clear away, and as that high pressure sinks further to the south, we've got milder air pushing in. A bit more cloud weather still for the end of the week, but as the winds become lighter too, it's generally a bit milder and a bit of sunshine to come too. A closer look at the satellite and and radar picture, we have had a few showers develop for parts of the southwest this afternoon, but they've been fairly fleeting, and any remaining showers should clear away through this evening. So dry overnight with some clear skies. The winds drop out a little bit overnight as well, and actually it's going to turn locally quite chilly overnight. I think particularly parts of the moors, for example, seeing temperatures down to 8 or 9 degrees by tomorrow morning. So a cooler start to the day tomorrow, but I think a fairly bright start as well. Some sunny spells through the morning. Again, some cloud developing through the day tomorrow, but I think it should remain mostly dry through the day. Now, that northwesterly wind still adding a bit of a cooler feel to the weather tomorrow, particularly along the north coast. Here, temperatures at around 16 degrees, but further to the south and west, parts of Somerset, parts of South Devon at 19-20 Celsius by the end of the afternoon. For the Isles of Scilly tomorrow, I think a dry day here. Again, a fairly noticeable cool breeze, but not too bad in the shelter in the sunshine. Here are the times of high water for tomorrow. 11:18 at Lyme Regis and 23:31, and at Minehead 11:05 and 23:18. So I think a bit of surf around, choppier waves along the north coast with that wind direction, 3 to 4 foot waves here, but some cleaner 2 to 3 foot waves along the south coast. And the coastal waters forecast for tomorrow, and that west-northwesterly wind out of force 4 to 5 at times, but fair weather and mainly good visibility. So for the week ahead, overall not too bad. I think possibly the best of sunshine through tomorrow, as Wednesday we have got more cloud and some patchy rain for a time as well. That does clear. Thursday looks like a drier day, but it will be quite cloudy, but actually we'll start to feel a bit warmer as we get that milder air coming in and the winds turn more westerly. Friday, I think quite a cloudy start, but I'm going to be optimistic and say that cloud breaking up for some sunshine on Friday afternoon, and it will feel a little bit warmer for the weekend.
Optimism, that's what we like.
Now, before we go tonight, we have to just tell you that the Man Engine has been involved in a real-life love story. The creator of the puppet proposed to his girlfriend under the watchful gaze of the 11-metre-high mechanical giant. Photographer Mike Newman captured the beautiful moment when Will Coleman went down on one knee for partner Dominique Travail. He presented her with a massive metal washer from the Man Engine as an oversized engagement ring. All happened at Giva on the last day of the Mechanical Giant's 130-mile journey from Tavistock. And by the way, she said yes.
I'm not sure I would have done with a metal washer. I hope that's replaced. Thanks for joining us this evening. Join us again tomorrow. Good night.
Bye-bye.